And we are now joined by head coach Paul Petrino of the University of Idaho. Again, star one to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Petrino. The Vandals open up the season this Thursday night, September 1st, at home in the Kibbe Dome against Montana State University. That game will be played at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Coach, before we get to any questions, please give us your thoughts on the upcoming season and your home opener.
We're just really excited. I think we got a lot of guys back. We got good depth. Our quarterback being a 3-year starter, we're very excited about. We got 4 starters back on the offensive line. So kind of your offensive line and quarterback usually determines what you can do offensively. So I think we'll be able to do a lot of our playbook, and we're very excited about that. We got Trent Cowan come back at tight end, who was 4th in the country last year in catches. I think we got a good group of receivers coming back, and defensively, I think we've added some speed, and hopefully we'll run around and get to the ball and make a lot of plays.
Thank you very much, Coach. Our first questions come from Chris Landgrill of the Idaho Statesman.
Coach, thanks for taking this, but talk a little bit about your running game. I'm a little bit removed down here in Boise. Just kind of want to know how it's been going through camp and who you're looking at. Is Aaron Duckworth back? Is he kind of looking as your number one running back, or who are you looking at to go with carrying the rock?
Yeah, I think, Aaron will he'd be number one. He's got more experience than the other guys and has had a good camp. And then you got Isaiah Saunders, who's a little bit more built and does the things like Elijah Penny did for us last year. Isaiah's big and physical and, can run inside. He's a good pass protector, catches the ball well out of the backfield. And then we got Denzel Brantley, who's a redshirt freshman who's got a lot of speed and gives you a little bit more of the big play capability. But I think early in the year it'll probably be all 3 of them, and then if one of them separates himself, then one guy will take it over.
Chris, did you have a follow-up question for Coach Petrino?
I do. If I'm the only one on, I'll ask a couple. But, on the defensive side of the ball, could you talk a little bit about the secondary? I know you've got some guys back on the defensive line, and I talked on the phone the other day with Caden Ellis, so you've got some linebacking, but talk a little bit about your secondary.
Yeah, our secondary, Jayshon Jordan is probably the leader. He was a 3-year starter for us, got hurt last year, so ended up really using his red shirt last year. He's going to be playing safety for us. Russell Ciavi is another safety that's started for 2 years, so those will be the 2 safeties. At corner, Dorian Clark's been a really good player for us, done some good things. Desmond Banks is a guy that's been battling with him at that corner position. Desmond's long, got good speeds, got good capability of getting his hands on guys. And then DJ Hampton's a guy that played corner for us last year to the field and does a good job. And then we have a true freshman, Lloyd Hightower, who's got great speed and has got all kinds of ability that hopefully will work his way in there at some point as he continues to get better. And then 2 other safeties that have played a lot of football for us are Jordan Grabsky and Armon Hawkins.
Thank you, Chris. As a reminder, if you'd like to join the queue or get back in the queue, please press star 1 on your phone for questions for Coach Petrino. We'll move on to questions from Coulter from Skyline Sports.
Hey, Coach, thanks for taking some time today. Facing an opponent with a new coaching staff, does that bring some challenges to the table when you are game planning, especially since there's not a lot of stuff out there with Jeff Choate being a first-time head coach?
Yeah, it does. It really, you kind of got to watch all different schools. We've been watching a lot of University of Montana's defense for the scheme because their coordinator switched over to Montana State. So you watch the Grizzlies scheme, and then you turn over and watch the Bobcats personnel. And then, defensively, we've been watching a lot of Iowa State because that's the last place their offensive coordinator coached. And then you watch the Montana State personnel, and then special teams, we've been watching the stuff where Coach Choate came from. So it makes it a lot more time you got to put in with a brand new staff.
You mentioned your quarterback, Matt Linehan. What sort of progress did you see in him in the offseason? I know he had really good freshman and sophomore years, but has he taken another step now here entering his junior year?
Yeah, I think he's really taken another step mentally. He, at the quarterback position, there's nothing more valuable than experience, and the more you play, they always say the game slows down for a little bit. I just think he sees the defense so much better now and really understands how people try to attack him with pressures, and he'll just be an extra guy on the field, but almost like a coach on the field because he understands the game so well now.
Thank you, Coulter. We'll hold here for 1 second to get any follow-up questions, and we will go right back to Coulter here for a follow-up question.
Yeah, Coach, I know that you have a lot of Montana ties, so does that hold any significance? I know Mike Bresky was at Montana as well, and a couple other guys on your coaching staff have some Montana ties, so does that hold any significance with the Montana team and a future Big Sky Conference member coming to Moscow?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you a lot more, there's nothing more you ever want to do than beat your friends, and I know a lot of, just as I look at the names on the Montana State roster, I know a lot of their dads, when you see a Collins
right.
and you see a Big Nell and you see a Brecky, and, those are a lot of guys that I remember either playing against their dads or watching their dads play. At D'Agostino, I played against his dad a bunch. So a lot of those guys you really understand, it just makes it a little more special and will get you a little bit more fired up and ready to go.
And we will go for one final follow-up question to Chris Landgrel of the Idaho Statesman.
Coach, just talk about Matt Linehan a little bit and his health. I know he had the foot issue in spring. How has he looked recently? Is he 100% healthy going into the season?
Yeah, he's 100%. He's looked great. He's had a really good fall camp, and I just think that he's ready to have a great year. It's going to be what a third-year starter should look like, and his health is great. We just got to do a really good job of protecting him and keeping him clean, and I think he'll have a great year for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Coach Petrino. That's all the time we have for questions for you today. We appreciate your time, and best of luck this season.
Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Have a good day.